is the goal. That is the goal of Eastern wisdom. I do not tell these stories because people will take it otherwise. So, Stephen, I was telling a story. A peacock landed in the backyard of one's home. She has also come. So a peacock landed in the backyard. So that guy gave him a little opium. Peacocks are very fond of opium. So the next day he appeared again. Fourth day he appeared again. That is the journey of becoming a seeker. That opium is the knowledge of Eastern wisdom. Why we are living our life? Why? What is this life? Animals and these other living species, they are, for all the practical purposes, they say that we are the body. That is why we say 4 instincts. Safety, reproduction, sleep, and food. So normally what we do, the teachers of Eastern wisdom, so anyone comes to us, we confuse them. They are already confused. So we confuse them. How? Lara has come. So first we confuse them. How to we confuse them. You see that now I will reveal everything, all the secrets that I have. You might be thinking, then why the hell I should attend your sessions when you confuse? Because you are already confused, we add another confusion. What is that confusion? Lara, first job of a teacher in the Eastern wisdom is to confuse their students. Because we are already confused. How to say that? We are happy. You have to think, Now these sessions have started with a lot of contemplation and reflection. Question. Ask yourself. So if your intellect says, why the hell I should attend the session when you confuse yourself? The second statement I said, you are already confused. How you are confused? We are happy being single. How many singles are happy in the world? So my mind takes a stand, and that reshapes my behavior. So we confuse more. Ask yourself, how many singles are happy? How many married are happy? You see that? Then we say, no, I am a good husband. I said, where is the husband in you? Where is the wife in you? You see, it's all. Why I am using the very loose word confusion, so that you start thinking. If you do not think, if you do not contemplate and reflect, then what will happen? You think that you are a born husband and you will die as a husband. But there is no husband and a wife, there is no label, that needs to be clearly understood, contemplated, reflected again and again. But the moment you are in front of your honey, yes, I'm husband, I'm wife, I'm now whatever the role that I need to play, let me play my role. Why to play my role? To keep my mind away from those thoughts that is causing the problem. Do you understand that? I have to think. If I don't think, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. So we have to recognize where the problem is. So when I recognize where the problem is, I can find the solution. Are you getting it? So we have to think in that way. So that is why you see that, okay, you are stressed. Who is that who is in stress? Who is that? Can you recognize that? And the moment you start thinking, reflecting on it, 50% of the stress goes away. But I have to contemplate and reflect in the line of the Eastern wisdom. Recognize confusion to trigger the intellect to think and reflect. Why? We are given an intellect. We are given an intellect which we can observe objectively. No animals can do it. I was looking at Discovery Channel yesterday. So the deers in the night cannot recognize the tiger because they don't see the yellowish color, and the tiger catches the prey. That tiger is the ignorant mind in us. That catches the prey. This guy is the right guy. So what the mind does? Mind says, now live in stress. Our master says it is all about wrong notions, confusions we have in our mind. Remove that confusion. You say it: wrong notion, confusion, delusion, illusion, maya, ignorance. Lot of words. So we will use that word, everyone. So the moment I start using the intellect, so what happens? I'm in the process of discernment. And the moment I'm in the process of discernment, the dispassion takes birth in me. Come on, why, my mind, you are going there again and again? So this discernment has to be applied in life daily, from moment to moment. So when you live into that discernment, confusion is no more. It is, now comes the fusion. And the fusion is that state of awareness that prevents the mind to get carried away. So when it is not carried away, where comes the anger and hesitation, duality and conflict? There is no chance. Never forget. I am in stress. Thank you, mind. You are giving me a thought and experience of the stress, but I know that I do not understand my life. That is why I have a stress. So let me sit and start thinking. It is not in future, it is here and now. Have you seen that you take your phone to your office? I'm giving a very light example. You bring the same phone to your house. Phone says, I'm okay, I'm as it is. Why we change? We are different at workplace, we are different at home, we are different. We live with the split personality, Lara and other experts will say, oh, no, the split personality has these symptoms. We always live with that. And that comes from the mind because of the wrong notions. So what my master used to say, learn from my own experiences. That begins the journey of becoming a seeker. You need not to learn. No, we have laid a foundation of those principles in those few months. But now, learn from your own experiences. You wake up the morning. I triggered brandy, a couple of weeks ago. Today is a good morning. Today is a bad morning. Why it's a bad morning? How to remove that confusion? Did the sun rise differently today? That's why it's a bad morning? Did the sun give you less light? Or it's the problem here? The moment you think like this, you will be able to raise your awareness. And the moment you raise your awareness means, what is the meaning of raise awareness? Consciousness or awareness was triggered by the unconscious, habitual, instinctive mind. So what is the rise in awareness? You have started thinking, come on, let me know. What is the fact? It can happen here and now. It can happen at any moment. We are learning how to move into that state of meditation and mindfulness 24/7. So that is why contemplating. Why I said so? Let us see, what is our identity? Find out, what is my identity? We have an identity crisis. Eastern wisdom, all our teachers, changes, first makes us understand what is the identity crisis, and then it helps us to realize who we are. Look at our dear friend. He says, I'm richest and frustrated. So our master says that ask yourself how you can be rich and still frustrated. My friend, we have to look inside. Am I rich inside or not? That is the point. So I'm rich inside, then I'm in peace and happiness. So where comes the frustration? That is the way we should, why we should think in this way, to get rid of those thoughts and feelings and the impressions that causes the stress in my life. Did you still remember the story of the Buddha? Buddha was passing into the village. Oh, are you a king? No, friend, I'm not a king. Are you an angel? No, I'm not an angel. Are you a prince? No, I'm not. Then what are you? Now the right question has come. Buddha said, I'm awakened. So where is the identity now? My identity, I'm husband, wife, son, daughter, citizen. So when I'm a citizen of a particular country, I start blaming the political system. That is not our topic. I'm a husband, okay, my honey is good, but he or she has problems. Come on, what problem you have? What is your identity? Resolve your identity crisis and you will be happy. That demands, I have to be a thinker, I have to be a contemplator, I have to be a reflector. How this is related to our journey? Ask yourself what we want in our life. Now I'm giving you those questions, so when you listen to it again, and it will help you to clear the garbage of your mind. What we want peace, happiness, love and wisdom. Who wants fear, insecurities, limitations? No one. Why they have come? Because of identity crisis. I don't know who am I. Normally, it is used, the statement is used as a, no, after all, no, I'm married now. So some of the statements are hidden after that. Now I'm married, so I cannot do certain things. Do you see what we want? What we want. That must be very clear. Once it is clear, you will see your mind lives into that. So I'm just raising the questions and answering so that you can raise those questions in your head and start answering. So now how see the masters explain this traditionally. Masters explain what I have done traditionally. What they say, after millions and billions of lives, you are born as a human being. That is the essence. Means if I live as a mosquito or a tiger or a deer or a cow, so I have limitations. What are those limitations? The cow is going to eat the grass. Tiger has a limitation. Do you see that? Dog has a limitation. Cat has a limitations. Every living species has a limitation because the intellect level of awareness is not there by which I can separate myself. Are you getting it? Millions of lives we are as a human being, and we are wasting our life. We are wasting our life. So, our master says that, can I become a human being? You see, again, master is confusing us. From the confusion only we can go to fusion. Because confusion triggers our intellect. I'm using a very hard word. Confusion, become a human being. First step is already done by the nature. Animal man is programmed, cannot be changed. We have a comfort level 1. Every living being wants comfort level 1. What is that? Safety, sleep, food, and reproduction. I'm using the word reproduction. That is the basic nature. We all need that, whether you are awakened or you are not. Whether we are awakened or not, everyone needs that. Only one thing, I can separate these 4, I can see them objectively. That is why we do not live like a tiger or cat or a dog. You train your dog at the highest level, right? Show him a bite of food. You may say that my dog is the highest trained. Show him a bite of food. What about our nature? More people die because of eating food than being hungry. We have to think of that. So the masters are saying I have to regulate my behavior and attitude towards the food. Anyhow, That is another topic. Second step is fullness of human being can only come if I raise my level of awareness. It can only happen if I remove the confusion of my identity crisis. If I start thinking, is husband a label or a reality? I am the body is a reality or I am not the body. I am stressed, is it a reality or it is a delusion? Master says that stage means you observe choice, you make a choice, and then you hold on to that choice. What is that choice? Stress, suffering, anxiety, duality, and a conflict enters into my life only because of ignorance. No one else is responsible. What happens in that state? The mind moves within. If you do not think and you are doing the practice for 10 years, no result. I tell you frankly, knowledge is most important. So people say, I will give you 5 minutes of instant meditation, 10 minutes, powerful meditation. You are the weakest. How can you do powerful meditation? You belong to the weakest and you are doing a powerful meditation. There is no powerful meditation. Meditation is meditation. That leads to a clarity and understanding that my mind must be seeking knowledge that will lead to happiness. Right knowledge of who am I. There is no identity crisis. So that is known as Sattva Guna. Lara, for your understanding. That is known as Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna is not living in the heaven. It is living here and now. Sattva Guna means the mind is intellect is inquiring, mind is moving with it, and the mind says, yes, I got it. Here is the knowledge. Here is the right perception. Here is the right perception. And I can tell you, if you live into that state, it evolves you every bit, every moment. So we drop lot of confusions about our identity crisis when we start living in Sattva Guna. Then that mind living in Sattva Guna demands, who am I? You are a seeker, perfect seeker. You are not going to leave the journey. You are not going to leave the journey. To tell you my own experiences, in the early days, I never used to sleep. It was so much intensity, but at the same time, you used to get tired. Because if you are not sleeping. But why I was not sleeping was the only one thing. Why my master said that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the husband, I am not the wife, I am not the teacher. Why he said this? So when my intellect resolved that problem in the mind became free. Now how it becomes free? I have to settle a score from my honey. That idea has gone, dropped. Do you see that? I am rich or poor, that idea is gone. We are 100% clear, comfort level 1 can be definitely met if we have an average intelligence. Do you agree? Safety, food, shelter. But mind always wants. Now, what is the comfort level 2? I have this car, I want that car. I had this food, I have that food. So there you apply your discernment. Perhaps you might not have heard Ashok, but my master used to say, I don't have money. I don't use my intellect. I am an idiot. Because I am a human being. I must work. No retirement. Second, I have lot of money. Neither I spend it, nor I give it to someone. I am still belong to the same category. So here the money, wealth is my intellect. I don't use it. So once you start that level, that what is my identity? Who am I? Society gives me an identity that I'm a husband and I'm a father and etc. I'm a teacher, etc. etc. Huh? Who gives the identity to a cop, to a police officer? The society. But what is my identity? Who am I? Are you getting it? Who am I? Who am I? I must. So when that question keeps living in your mind, you become a seeker. Then we pick up 1 or 2 steps, and then what happens? The master, I'll pick up. Yes, I'll pick up. So then what happens? Then we learn these principles that we are going to learn in few weeks. So once we learn these principles with the discernment, with the dispassion, with the 6 treasures, our life has already become calm, relaxed. If I do not understand these principles, it means the mind has yet to follow these principles to become a seeker. I'll pick up another topic next time, but I'll just give you. But now I have become a seeker today, and I become a non-seeker yesterday. How come? Because of the past impressions that this mind has. Patanjali explains, karmashaya, reservoir of the karmas, vasanas, past impression, they return. For example, you reacted to me 10 years ago and now I'm meeting you after 10 years. Your mind and intellect might have changed, but your body will show that expression. We need to change it. We need to resolve this. Otherwise, that is why the principles taught, repeated, are not assimilated and digested. They trigger reaction. And once they stop, I am committed, journey after journey begins. So think of this. Yeah, last thing that I was giving some. Our mathematics is, you can say, crazy as compared to modern mathematics. How many people are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is modern mathematics. Now if we do mathematics in Eastern wisdom, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus is equal to 1, not 11. That is our goal. Did you get it? Our goal is only oneness, to find that real self. Can mind live into that state all the time? Then I am missing. It does not mean that I am not doing any work. I am doing every work. We are doing every work. We are going to restaurant, we are going to our profession, we are eating food, whatever we like. But internal awareness, it is the internalization of the mind. It is the mind that is pure. It is the mind that wants to see one. It does not want to see 11. It is a matter of perception. It is a matter of awareness. Our mathematics works like this. We will also understand how come this is really one. At present, mind lives in ignorance. That is why there are 11. Let 11 remain outside. Let me play my role. But I should continue to live into that oneness, helps you to move into that state of awakening. So let us start our practice. I have done a lot of gossip. So now practice. Eyes are closed. Let us see another way. Eyes are closed, the body is steady, mind is looking inside. I said mind is looking inside, body is steady, and you have an experience that the body is uncomfortable, unease. What is this? This is an experience. Who knows that experience? The mind. From where that experience comes, it is still unknown to me. That we are going to work on it. From where the water comes into the river, either from the glacier or from the spring or from the rainwater. Just take the rain example. What I'm finding, why I'm feeling unease. 3 reasons. From the glacier, unlimited reserve of past impressions. And the glacier is good in a way. Rainwater, daily living, unconsciously, habitually. So I perceive the world outside and it triggers my habit and reactions. Body is steady. Move the mind on the entire body. Looking steady. Mind is facing within. So the mind is carried away by either the glacier or rainwater or the spring, where cause is deeper inside me. Cause is not outside. That is the understanding of a seeker. Comfortable at the physical level. From the ant to human beings, we all want comfort. So that's why I started using that word 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe 30. Being comfortable. And then you bring this word as a realization, as an experience. That is what I said. You look at the shoulder joints, you are simply there, you are not doing anything. You are aware. We cannot guide the same instructions to any other living species. See that? The beauty of being a human being is this, and still we don't use it. So when I'm there, I feel, I objectively experience, means I separate sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And then I go a little deeper. Sensation pertains to the body, comfort to the mind, steadiness much deeper. I believe you are getting it. So now our being comfortable gives me a very subtler level of perception. Comfort, hip joint, comfort there, comfort at the mental level through the sensation there. Sensation we experience at the physical level. Keep these steps in your head because I will go little deeper than that. Care and comfort at the mental level and steadiness. Be aware, steadiness or stillness in the body. In the body, it is not off the body. And now being carefree, we discover a state of the mind that is not carried away by any thought, feeling, sensation, ideas, past impressions. So what is being carefree? That is why I say standing across the road, you keep standing, no movement, but traffic is moving. What is that traffic? Are the thoughts, are the feelings, sensations, images. It may trigger from the past impression. So we are not at all concerned about it. The word, meaning, knowledge. That is where we have started the last two sessions. We go a little deeper. Now you become a thinker, contemplating, reflecting. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. You may say in your mind, word Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Meaning is different from the knowledge. If the intellect is not active, mind will go back and it will pick up the old habitual meaning. May there be well-being for all. That is the meaning. Well-being is a state of consciousness or awareness. We may say that, come on, all these animals, you don't have the human body. Same animals, say to us also, come on, you don't have the body like me. Everyone's body is unique. Body is outside. State of well-being is inside. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. You may say in your mind, Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. We are invoking, triggering the intellect. Come on, you start working in my life to drop the identity crisis. May there be peace for all. Peace for all. Meaning, what exactly is the knowledge, the peace for all? The mind says there are millions of living beings. Peace for all of them. Is a peace common factor? So our master beautifully says that when this mind is absorbed into a good space means mind perceives the space everywhere, in all of them, inside and outside, everywhere. It knows intellectually. But when you see it, you will find out you are already in the state of calm. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Completeness. Link this simple principle with the mind and ask the mind why you are going outside when you are complete in yourself. Everyone is complete in oneself. %100% completeness means mind merges into the real self, or another expression, mind becomes empty. Third expression, the mind becomes still. Different expressions in different traditional meditation practices. And Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. My friends, I can tell you this knowledge in the intellect, filtering out what is not required, causing me the identity crisis, helps you to absorb into meditation. So, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. Auspiciousness means what is ahead is always right and good. How come? Because I'm a seeker. I'm repeating. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all, including me. What mind say what will happen tomorrow? What will happen if I say this thing to this guy? This mind has millions of concerns because of fear and insecurity. What we are saying, what is ahead is always right and good for me. Does the mind stay in that awareness that what is the next moment in meditation is going to be right and good to me? It will help you to go deeper into the nyasa that we used to do it with 4 points using the body, breath, mind, and the intellect. Start breathing little deep, silent, and slow. Because now there is a clarity, there is a right knowledge. You will see the nyasa will go a long way. So as inhaling deep, silent, slow breath is the car, mind is the driver, highway is the space inside, and the intellect, knowledge, Shantoham. Where to start? With the right arm. As you inhale, move the mind from the right shoulder inside into the space, singing Shantoham with the knowledge, with the space, good space, reaching to the fingers, and as you exhale, move the mind from the fingers to the shoulder in the space. Car, breath, mind, driver, where, highway in the space, intellect, Shantoham. It does not only sticks to the meaning, it goes into the knowledge. Shanti, good space. Now inside the left arm, for you to recognize, it's a cognitive ability to recognize you are doing this step. At the same time, the mind sometimes triggers the impressions, so that we need to recognize it has come from the glacier, rainwater, or the spring. We continue our journey. Past impression, rainwater, daily activities, the way we live is one thing. How my mind perceives has its root in the past impressions. So I'm just aware and I'm continuing the journey. I recognize them. And now, inside the right leg in the same way, you will discover a total stillness in the body, tingling, numbness, freezing. Let it happen now. I have already discussed about it. You need not to. Your mind doesn't think about it. You know those spring water? The spring rise from the ground or at specific places. So these springs are very deep impressions that we carry. They trigger at some time and we lose everything. We'll talk about it. Inside the left leg, I believe you will see the difference with the right understanding and the knowledge. The intellect is helping us to go deeper. That is why I thought to repeat the now inside the spine, from the crown of the head to the tailbone. We discussed about the rise of consciousness is what is. So we ask the mind to rise in this step. Crown to the tailbone. Now let us move the mind from the crown of the head to the belly button with the same mantra. We are not going down. Shantoham. So traditional Kundalini practices pay attention that you focus on the breath, you're breathing deep, silent and slow, but it is rhythmic. Why they say it has to be rhythmic? It is going up to the belly button and returning from there. So still the mind is linked to the breath. Make your breath little shorter from the crown of the head to the heart within Shantoham. So still we are engaging the mind into a particular action. Shantoham is going from crown of the head to the heart and from the heart to the crown of the head. Shantoham. And now from the crown of the head to the forehead inside, where the knowledge descends, without changing the, return to the normal breathing, normal breath. And we are conscious, Shantoham. So you simply drop. Doesn't it happen to us in day-to-day life? You see me, you recognize me, Shantoham. I see you and I recognize. Can I recognize that? Once I know you are David, Jerry, Lara, should I still repeat David, Jara? No. I see you and I know you. Why is said so? Drop Shantoham and live into that state. Oh, that is. You're doing nothing now. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Raise both your palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, Brandy?
Pretty good. I'm taking medicine for allergies right now. So my body and my mind were kind of heavy and slow, but I still was able to find that focus of the meditation. So it was an interesting, I don't know, I'm drugged, but I was still able to do the meditation.
Good. Yeah, good. Continue the journey, then we will talk. As long as there is an identification with the body, then only the mind with the memory says that, oh, I have taken the drug and that's why I have an effect. So it's a very subtle level of identification, can be dropped. It drops. How are you, David and Jerry? Oh, that's a good beer.
Very, very, very good. I was able to go right into nothingness in my mind. We had a little doorbell partway through, and it just kind of didn't phase at all. And I really noticed the lack of attention I'm giving any thoughts. There's just nothing.
Yeah. We should understand, in both the cases, we should understand that mind does not find it necessary to pay attention to any thought. So that is why we say meditation, mindfulness is not control, not suppression. I will go deeper. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm well. Similar, the doorbell rang and the mind went obviously to the doorbell, but I was like here, so it's kind of like that map that says you are here. So I don't need to be at the doorbell, right? With my mind.
Yeah.
And then also I had the stomach was cramping during it, and so I had to deal with that, but at the same time it's kind of like you say, there are instruments, our body, our mind, our intellect, and so we can work on them, and it's interesting to notice how we can work on them and not let them work on us.
Beautiful way. That clarity is required all the time in our daily life. That they are our instrument, they are the means. They are the means of knowledge. Think of this question. Does the sound knows here is your ear and then it goes inside? Or does the ear knows there is a sound, I'm listening? I am listening, but again go a little deeper. Can the ear say that I'm listening? Step by step. How are you, La?
I am good. I also had to get pulled out because I had to go to the bathroom in between. And so nature kind of called and I was like, okay, you can hold it. And I was like, no, you can't. Just go and come back and be able to slip right back into the meditation. The Nyasa is so powerful now. I understand. I feel like I really can always just feel it and drop into my body. And I really liked how we went through all of the energy centers with the breath. And then sort of when we got to the throat, because I'm doing a lot of work on my throat chakra kind of right now, I started to get this golden light.
Golden light. That's good.
at the forehead, and it just like everything got golden. I was like, this is it. I'm okay here.
Beautiful.
And then it kind of then when it was time to come back, I was ready to come back.
Ready. That's beautiful. Beautiful experience. We'll talk about these chakras. Fact is that when I say rise in consciousness or fall in consciousness with reference to the chakra, if there is a fall in consciousness, it will fall back again. Then I cannot perfect the meditative state. So what the higher principle says, it appears as if it has fallen down because of attachment, because of delusion, because of wrong notion. It remains as it is. So when we recognize it is as it is, there is a rise in consciousness. So, but in Kundalini and in traditional practices, we talk a lot, your chakra is not awakened, your chakra is awakened. In both the cases, we don't leave the craziness. How?
Oh, I want to add one thing, because one of the things that's come up a lot is like the oil rising, and like we're pouring all of this water in, and like that oil coming up and kind of leaving. And so I think that's sort of that experience also for me.
Yeah. So these experiences pertains to the mind with the energy. How my consciousness perceives. Mind with the consciousness living at a lower center, it will give the same experiences. The same mind living at a higher mind, why should I say higher level? Mind is pure. Simply it is pure, so it lives at the natural state of the consciousness. That is what David was saying, emptiness. So we recognize. So very good. How are you, Vaibhav?
Sir, my experience was like keeping certain kind of clarity in the mind. Mind can go very deep inside. Now, if anything pops up, it automatically knows that this is a part of delusion or ignorance.
Wonderful.
So it will leave that. And then it can again go back very deep inside. It was very relaxing.
You see that is what I was explaining. We should know from where these thoughts are coming. So I gave a simile. What is that simile? 3 simile. River water comes from glacier, rainwater, or spring. Right? What is river? Flow of water. What is mind? Flow of thoughts. Flow of thoughts. So from where it is coming? Deep impression. How long the glacier last? They have been lasting for millions of years. So we have millions of years of impressions. That triggers. They manifest in terms of the thought. What is a spring? You have a particular, what your mind says, genuine problem. There is no genuine problem. It is a spring. It still pertains to another set of impressions. So spring do not, rise at any place. They have certain places. We have in Colorado, I think, in Utah also. But that Utah and Colorado is here. And third is the rainwater. Every day the way we live, we perceive the world. People, things, some thought has come. You see how it happens? A craziness in the mind, and then I see, for example, let us take the Lara. So some element of the craziness in my head will definitely be mixed with the perceiving Lara. That is what the rainwater is. Every day we are living. So once we get rid of this, or we are aware, first step is to maintain that awareness. How are you, Christina?
I am
I'm at peace. Thank you for that
Really?
guidance through that practice. Yes,
Oh,
I
good.
guess I'm always at peace.
Very
I'm not good or bad.
I love you. That's good.
I enjoyed that we went a little bit further, as Laura said, through the energy centers. And as I noticed, when I was in the legs, you have more time, as my legs are really long. So I feel that my mind can travel during that time, and I didn't let it. And then once we became closer to the mind, it was like it was just hammering, and I really was fully absorbed in that, and that I really enjoyed that
Beautiful.
nyasa.
Good,
Thank you.
good. You are learning, progressing. How are you, Ashok? I see the glow on your face. Now I see the glow on everybody's face, but
Sir, I have some today some uneasiness in my left leg.
okay,
And that persists throughout the meditation.
okay.
I don't know why, whatever the reason.
Rainwater
But otherwise it was good. Rainwater.
or spring or lake water. So it is not the question why they have come. They have come. Let me keep my mind with him. That is more important. That is what Jerry was explaining. For every noise, do you open the door and want to know which noise it is? So one noise is problem in the leg. We need that awareness. How are you, Internet? It will happen, don't worry.
I'm good. It was very deep, but I had some intrusions, and I just had to let them go, work through them. But it was also very relaxing and comforting.
Comforting. Because you join once in a blue moon. No, I'm joking. Choice is yours, not mine. So obviously, a regular practice helps us to continue to. Then what happens? The mind understands that this is not my cup of tea. Here I am not going. So you are able to maintain awareness. And when you are able to maintain awareness, and you live into that deeper state.
It always ends much too quickly.
It ends quickly, yes. Why? Because that is why I put regular sessions. But no. That was a joke. But if it ends quickly, it means your mind is definitely absorbed deeper. Because that ends shortly means a sense of timelessness. We experience that state of timelessness. So that is a deeper experience, Antoinette. So any more question? That is all. I will not hold you up more. So thank you. Namaste. Be happy.
Thank you.
Keep smiling.
Thank you.
Thank
Namaste.
you.
Namaste.
Namaste everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. हो गया बंधु?